Hello.
How are you today? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Okay. Are you still sending me a text, Jamal?
No, I shouldn't. It should have blanked itself out. Oh,
No,
it
it's.
didn't. It didn't. Good
I'm like,
grief.
what are you writing? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. Let me actually give us a thumbs up too, Jamal. I guess you've already done
Yeah, I was doing it the night like the
it.
night before. It's just easier that way, so I don't forget.
And thank you for putting up with me with all my last minute changes to the thumbnails.
They were so good though. Everyone loves your custom. Like you get so much good feedback on IG about the custom thumbnails
Oh, I thank you. I thank you. It's just that sometimes I just don't have the time. So,
because with me we get stick figures maybe.
or you would just get that gray screen with the three dots.
Right. Look at with the little caption. Look at the title. You'll figure it out.
Okay, so let's see who's in here. Hey, Crazy Cat Mama. Hey, Nisei. Hey, Big Bad Wolves 4. Hey, Paranormal. Hey, Susan. Let's see. That's you, Jamal.
Tracy, hey, I saw you sneak in.
Hey, Tracy. Hey. Okay, so we've got everybody. Welcome to the commentary zone. All right, so on the docket today, we have Whitney and My Big Fat Fabulous Life, season 9, episode 8, I think, a big fat disappointment. And indeed it was.
It was. This is like she. It's just weird. I mean, you know how you root for somebody,
No.
but they just annoy you at every turn.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just gonna start with the most irritating part for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was supposed to take her test, and she was talking about like she had this going on, that going on, blah blah blah. She had plenty. To me, she had plenty of time to do it if she were serious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she was going to take the test. She got about 7 questions in, and she quit because she didn't want to fail. I'm like, well, you failed by quitting, in my opinion.
I, I thought so too, but I was like, well, maybe that doesn't work in her generation. But if you do not complete it, that is a failure. You didn't even, and
Right,
it's the worst kind of failure because you didn't even try.
right. So I'm gonna give you like a little insight to this. Like, so I've worked in fitness for like, good lord, over 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, you know, sorry, cough drop. There was this test. It's called the Baylor Institute Sports Medicine. It's a certification, the highest level of certification. So a
Mm-hmm.
group of trainers literally drove down to Southern California. Like 10 of them drove down to take this test. Mind you, they couldn't do it online. There was,
Oh, this was
you
back
had
in
to
the
drive
day.
there. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
they drove down there. Kid you not. They came back. I'm like, how do you guys do? They're like, dude, like 55% of the people failed. Failed. 55% of the people
And
who
that's
took that
when
test failed.
this particular test was the hardest test around. But
Yes,
you said that there are more harder tests than this now.
yes, by far.
Okay. Okay.
Failed. One trainer failed by point 0.2. The
Oof.
other trainer failed by point 0.5. And
Damn.
it was, they were like devastated. They're like, we need a recount, a retest, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So they literally, all she had to do was sit in front of her computer and take
Mhm.
a test. They literally drove hundreds of miles
Mhm.
for a test to like get a very 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 highly regarded certification. So that's one thing that annoyed me. What
Mhm.
annoyed me the most is when she said that I really really want to get this certification because it'll make me legitimate in this industry. I'm gonna tell you right now, and Whitney, if you're listening, please do. No, it won't. No, it will not. You do not become legitimate as a personal trainer till you have at least 3 to 5 years of experience. And with that experience, you will need to show a list of clients who have had results due to your training and motivation. And you're going to need more than one piece of paper that you studied from one book and took an online test. Ma'am, no. That paper would not make you legitimate. It's not. And I'm going to say this based on what I've seen, you're not made for this because you quit on yourself. So if you quit on yourself, you're gonna quit on your clients. I'm sorry, that's just pattern of behavior. We've seen that. And if you quit on your clients will leave you if you get clients. If you get clients, and that's a big if based on your attitude. Who's gonna want to work with someone who gives up on themselves? That's nuts. That's crazy. And you're on this platform showing people that you're a quitter. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You will never be legitimate. I'm sorry. I don't think this is real. Take it how you want to take it.
You know what? I kind of agree with you, but I'm glad you said it because you have the background to say it. When I say it, it comes off as kind of mean, but
It's
you
the
have the
truth.
professional background for it.
It's just the truth. Like I've known trainers
Oh,
who
Jamal.
come come to us.
Okay, you froze
Go
up
ahead.
a little bit. I don't know if you froze up online too. Sorry.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's more. It's just she hasn't shown the level. Like Big Bad Wolf is saying, she has not shown the level of commitment, and that's a huge problem for me. And
Hmm.
for Will to even entertain this is even more disappointing. As a fitness professional, you've got to tell people like you're not made for this, and she's just not because she can't commit to anything, like
Hmm.
nothing. Like you can't commit to one test, one. And if I'm not sure if it's changed too much over the years, but it was mostly multiple choice.
Yeah.
So you can like if you did any amount of studying, you can pass that test because the test will mirror the book, but they just switch some things around to make sure
Or the
you understand the
phrase
concept.
questions
Hmm.
differently or something. Yeah.
Yes, because I've seen the test. I'm like, okay, if you have a base level and you study, you might fail that first time, but like generally when people fail this test, they fail by a
Hmm.
little bit. It's not by a lot if
Hmm.
you study. And then the
Hmm.
second time, what it is like, you can go through the test, see what you've missed, and then it'll be a different test. Like Jessica said, Jessica's right. It'll be a
Hmm.
different test, but you'll pass it the second time if you study. She hasn't studied. She doesn't care. This is a storyline. This is a storyline because no one with anyone want to become a personal trainer. Let me put it this way:
Hmm.
will use this opportunity to show people what they're going through, the studying, the
Hmm.
material, you know, stuff like that. And she's to me, she's not serious.
That book looks brand new.
Brand new and barely
Brand
open.
new. Yep. Yep. There's no creases in that spine of that book. I think I agree with you on this. I think this was for storyline, and I think, and I'm sorry to say this, but in my opinion, I think Will agreed to go along with this for promotion for his gym because we're coming out
Yeah.
of the panorama where gym facilities were closed, and that's why he's doing this. But to say that he's taking on Whitney in any professional manner moving forward, I think he was quite clear on that. Hell to the nah.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. But wow, okay.
Yeah,
This is.
that irks me because I know I've seen what trainers go through, and even when you get one certification, you're not done because it's continual education as new techniques come out, new
Mm-hmm.
science comes out. So she couldn't commit to this one test, like this one certification. There's no way she can commit to multiple. I just don't see it. Like you're a reality TV star. You can't commit. You want to have children. You run around chasing after Frenchmen. I mean, I don't see how you would have time to take clients. And that's another thing. Like personal training, with personal training, when you start, it's not no easy part-time gig. You are literally in the gym
Hustling for clients.
hustling, and you're in the gym at least 10 hours a day, and
Wow.
you might see two people in those 10 hours, but you're in there hustling, you're in there studying, you're in
Hmm.
there doing programs for the people you do have. you're emailing, you're cold call. Yeah, and I just don't like the way they're presenting this. Like, oh, all I have to do is walk in, study for 2 months, and I'm a trainer. It doesn't. I'm just giving y'all honest, real life. That's not how it works. And with her life, and like I said, her level of commitment is this is the storyline, and this is it irked me the way they presented that. And Will, I know it was promotion, and you like Whitney and all, but you have a responsibility to represent your profession in the proper light.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I guess last year's situation has made people make choices that they wouldn't normally make,
Hmm.
because I do remember Will seasons ago when he fired her. He's almost like regimental, like the military, in which his thought patterns go, how he
Right.
trains people, and he
Hmm.
expects the same level of commitment and dedication given to him that he gives to his clients. And if you break that contract or that agreement, he terminates you.
Yes.
See, that was back when I thought that this was a semi reality show,
Yo,
when
you
he
yeah,
when he
right.
fired her.
When he fired her, she was crying
When
in his
he
car.
fired her, sitting down in a car full of junk food crap. He
Hmm.
came out there and he was like, terminated, fired, done. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't serious about this.
Hmm.
And didn't even tell her, when you get yourself straight, you can come back. He was just done. I was like, oh, I like him.
And he didn't even tell her she was getting a refund either on them sessions if she has
You
sessions left.
can't. You can't. You
Yes, you can.
forfeit all of that,
No, you don't.
don't you?
No. When the trainer, so what happens generally when the trainer fires you, you'll be matched with a different trainer, or you can request a refund. Now, since he's the owner of the
Oh.
gym, no, he's a head trainer. I mean, what can you do?
I figured she just forfeited that package.
No, they'll match you with somebody. When a trainer fires you, they match you with a different trainer, or they can refund you. Generally, they'll just find you someone else because they can just tell that's a personality match. That's an issue.
Well, who was going to take on that Whitney, who was sitting in a car full of empty junk food crap?
Hmm.
I don't
That
think
was sad.
any
That was sad.
trainers would have taken that on.
No.
And like you said, he's the owner of the gym, so he
Right.
knows. He
He
knows,
knows.
like, staff, like, you just transferring the headache from one person to the next. You're not getting rid of the headache from your facility.
Correct. Correct.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like really rooting for him. But this is a great idea. She's moving. She's progressing herself. She's gonna take this seriously. This is good. This is a good move for her. Because I think someone with her personality and her background could be a good trainer, but she's not willing to put the time into it. So when she said what she said, and it was very flippant, I'm like, yeah, and you lost me you lost me there. This is storyline completely.
See, I was behind her getting this certification,
Yes,
especially when you told me, like, it's not the top of the top, it's not the hardest of the hardest, but I figured it would have been a great um accreditation for her online activities,
correct.
the BS thing.
Hmm.
But where she lost me was going to Will and asking him for a job. I was like, wait, what? So you got an online thing. You should be using this certification for
Hmm.
that, so that Jessica isn't always the trainer.
Correct.
But, no one pays me to help with storylines.
No, they don't.
Whatever.
Me neither. All right, rant over. But it needed to be said because the way you presented that was completely wrong. Completely wrong. You don't do things of that nature. Yeah, no. It's one thing for you to be overwhelmed and not sure you can do it, but
But at
another
least
thing,
try.
at least try it. But don't say once
Mhm.
I get this piece of paper, I'm legitimate. Don't ever say that. Like you don't have the breath or the experience to even say things of that nature. And I don't want that put out there to people who
Mhm.
like, oh, all I need to do is study for 2 months and get this piece of paper. Yeah, no, that's not real. That's not real life. That's not the way it works. Because if you go into most gyms, They want you to have at bare minimum a 1 to 2 certifications, depending on the gym, and a minimum of a year to 3 years of experience, depending on what company you're looking to join or what gym you're looking to work at.
So the experience is the shadowing that Will was
Nope,
talking about.
nope, 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 nope.
So you have to
Yeah.
bring your own clients.
So if you're going to a company, what they like most higher end companies, fitness facilities, what they want you to have is 1 to 2 certifications and 1 to 2 years experience. The experience comes from you actually training clients at another gym, and then you can apply to set companies.
But what if you just starting out, like you just got out of university with a sports training degree, and you went and you sat for all of like you sat for two of these exams? How do you get in entry
Okay,
level?
so that's where the separation comes. You have to separate certification from degree. Two completely, they're not looked at all the same. If you have a degree, like a kinesics degree, a nutrition degree, something in the biology kind of field,
Mm-hmm.
sports medicine, um, depending on your courses and like your knowledge during the interview, and then they may give you like a secondary interview, which is you going through a training session. If you
Mm-hmm.
do well enough, some places will hire you because you have that degree, because they're looking at you spent 4 years of your life getting this, so we know you're serious. Because those are not degrees you get just willy nilly. They're not liberal. They're
Okay,
not liberal arts. You know
so
what I mean?
take away the degree. Sorry, I didn't
Mhm.
realize that. Take away the degree.
Mhm.
You got the two certifications
Mhm.
and you're fit. Like you got muscles and
Mhm.
you're ready, you know? You got on your leg warmers and you ready to get physical. How do you get in? Like you get in and you start at the juice bar?
You start at a okay. So gyms are separated in tiers: high end to budget, quote unquote lower end. So the lower, what you as a trainer, what you're trying to do is you want to take your 1 or 2 certifications, go to like a lower end, quote unquote lower end gym, and start there. You start there to get your experience. What you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for to get that 1 to 2 years experience, get out the way that way, but continue your education, continue your learning, and then you can apply at the higher end facilities.
When
Because
you
not every
say
requirement
lower end,
budget.
are you talking about like, there's these when you go for private trainer sessions and it is a big gym, not a big gym, but it's a
Studios.
space that
Those are
they've
studios.
rented out?
Studios.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So is that where you start?
No, because those you have to bring your own.
Okay. All right, so it is Jamal that's frozen this time. Oh gosh. All right, guys, we'll continue on with this once we get Jamal back up and running. All right.
Clients. You
So,
want to start at
oh,
like
okay.
the franchises, like
Uh-huh.
um.
Oh gosh. Let me text Jamal and let him know. Uh,
Hey, can you hear me?
okay. I was just
Yeah.
gonna send you a little text. You're going in and out. You're freezing.
Yeah, there's something going around in my area. They're doing some kind of work. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But to finish, it's
Hmm.
what it is. So you would go to some place like a Crunch, a 24-hour fitness. Those are, if you're in fitness, those are the places you want to start, because that's where you get your experience and make all your mistakes. I did that.
Uh-huh.
That's where I started. I was
Ah.
I was young, super young, early 20s. Didn't plan to work for a gym. Just there was a job I needed experience. Like I literally made all my mistakes there. Like being a hothead, you make all your mistakes at the beginner gyms. You get your
Mhm.
experience though, but it's a great foundation. I encourage anyone who is serious to start there, because if you start at like a higher end gym or studio, the expectations are so much higher, and you don't have the experience to meet those expectations. So you go
Mhm.
at the quote unquote beginner type gyms to get your foundation, and then you move through if you're serious. hmm
Mm. Okay.
So
What do
yes,
you think of Tracy's comment?
okay. She's supposed to be encouraging anyone tuning into DS Active. Duh, she's not. She ain't no role model. See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
I agree
She
with
has
this.
she has the personality. She has everything but the commitment, and that's
Mhm.
weird. Like you'll have people who have the commitment, but they just don't have that thing. She has that thing with no commitment. I'd rather have the commitment because I know you're gonna be there in the trenches versus the thing because it's a waste of gifts in a sense when you don't
Mhm.
push yourself and push through.
So, okay. So, all right. So, what's his face? Chase told her that he's engaged. I thought she was kind of snarky, but that's typical her, I guess.
Yes,
And then she had to turn it around to her
of course.
and telling him about the Frenchman. If she don't stop with this stupid story.
Yes.
Um, but wait. Okay, never mind. I'll wait till we get to the end. All right, so she's still talking with the Frenchman and she tells the Frenchman about the IVF. Huh?
Yeah, I kept that to myself.
Oh, God. All right, so at least we saw her and Jessica filming a video
hmm
for the No BS Active, and they actually announced the app. Like,
Yes.
she's going forward with this.
Yes. And I'm on the website now, and it says
Hmm.
the No BS Active app launches November 1st. It's available on App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, and Amazon.
Was that the original date it was launching?
I
I thought
recall
it was
October.
October.
I recall October. Just saying. But see, apps are finicky though because you don't want to put an app out and say you play it out and it not work. What they didn't do, and I'm gonna double check this to make sure I'm not wrong. So I'm gonna do this for everybody real quick. So I looked in the App Store. There's no app,
Mm-hmm.
nothing there yet, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
October 8th. Now I'm going to go to Test Flight, and I'm going to see. So nothing. I can't do it in test flight because I don't have a redeem code. But I'm going to go no BS active plus beta testing. So they launched the app. All right. So it looks like the actual app launch was what on September 28th. So now they were talking about this on the show. The show was filmed months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing is there's no um there is no how I guess there's no I don't see anything about beta testing, which is super important for apps, particularly
Mm-hmm.
fitness apps. So with fitness apps, and if they're designed to do multiple things outside of putting out content, there's
Mm-hmm.
more that can go wrong with it. So I'm not seeing where there's anything in regards to beta testing. So that's my concern.
Maybe
What
they're beta testing it with a small portion of her No BS Active sign up uh, membership.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go back to that real quick, but yes, I'm on Showbiz cheat sheet, and it says Whitney Thore's new fitness app for No BS Active launches October 1st. So we were right.
Yeah, because
It
we
was supposed to
looked
offer.
this up before.
Yes. So what happens is normally what happens is whenever a new app comes out, particularly fitness apps, they
Mm-hmm.
do let their member base know that a select few will go through the beta testing,
Right.
and that's generally on the website.
Lord.
So that's
Tr-
that's that's the thing,
Tracy's so messy. Sounds like the Wendy Williams start date.
right?
Hey,
And then
sunshinery.
Ace on Shinery, and then what else intrigues me is that Jessica put up any money for this app. So here's the kicker:
Mm-hmm.
Whitney pretty much Whitney owns everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way she's phrased it, she always says we put up this money. So does Jessica own half of the app? That's what I want to know. And what happens if things go sour? Because she saw it's a big investment. She says she never says I, as in no B is
Mm-hmm.
after Whitney Wade Thore. She says we have put this money in. And as we've seen, when Whitney's businesses go sour, they don't. They just go sour.
Maybe the we is like Glenn and Babs.
But when she says the we, it's always in reference to her and Jessica.
Oh Jesus,
That
she's going
yes,
down this road again.
yes, that's why I want to know who is this we that you're speaking of.
God, stop it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, because it's the same thing with Ryan.
Right.
It's just a different season.
Correct. Because if you depending on how much whatever money you put in, here's the thing: whatever money you put in is what the percentage that you own. So I want to know how much money Jessica puts in and how much is owned. Then you have to calculate the profit from the app, because the profit from the app is different than the profit from the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Jessica, do you have a contract?
She
Because
could not have gotten into this after seeing the meltdown last season. She was there.
right, the worst thing you could do is to go in with someone in their business with no contract, and then you don't go in with no contract and then invest money with no contract,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I'm looking at. Like, did Jessica buy in, or is she merely the content creator or content creative director? What is Jessica's real title with no BS? I would like to know that.
Child, I think BS is just such the perfect name for this company. It really is BS. Sorry. Okay, so um what is it? Oh, Whitney. Oh, we're all over the place on this review, y'all. So sorry. But it is what it is. The show was a mess. This was a filler episode for me. It wasn't
Well,
anything
no,
like,
there was nothing groundbreaking at all.
yeah. Um, this is the part where she and the Frenchman are talking, and she's trying to come up with ways to meet him, but her schedule is so busy that she cannot go to France. So she wants him to come there. And then he says the only time that he has off is May 10 to 20, but that coincides with her family trip to Maine.
Hmm.
And she's like, why don't you just come there? I know people feel like they know people. Jamal, you and I have never met in person. We've only met
Hmm.
virtually. Do I feel like I know you 100%? Do you feel like you know me 100%?
No,
No.
no.
And she's in a full-blown relationship with this man, and she wants him to come on her family vacation with her parents, her brother, all her very opinionated slacker friends. And what?
I said the same thing. And what stranger would agree to that?
Especially someone who is so concerned about their privacy.
But mind you, we do see in real life. If you go to her Instagrams,
Mm-hmm.
that she does go to France,
You said for the month of July, or half of July, half of
like have
August.
August, right?
So maybe he didn't go to Maine because
Correct,
that was in May.
correct, Mm-mm. Correct
You think
storyline,
that
in my opinion.
probably he at the last minute bails?
Yes, or our borders get shut down.
Oh wow.
That's why I laughed at that whole scene. The whole scene. I'm like, really? May 10 or 20? He's really gonna come. You're really gonna introduce your stranger
Stranger.
to your family on a family vacation with all of your friends. Talking about surprise, this is a Frenchman. Okay, we believe you, but ma'am, while filming, you really should have took down those Instagram photos. Just saying.
Uh, what Instagram photos?
Oh, she should have took down them Instagram photos of her in Paris in
Oh,
July and
with the
August.
blur.
Yes,
Well, look, she
Big
obviously
Bad
has
Wolf,
things to prove.
Big Bad Wolf Sport. I don't think you're wrong. Based on timeline and storyline, I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Wait, Tracy thinks that Jessica is smart enough to have something in writing.
So the sunshinery. I would think Jessica, coming from an entrepreneurial dad, I think she understands business. Seeing what she did to Ryan last year, I'm gonna think she got something in
Mhm.
writing.
Hey, Katie.
But I always try to tell people, this is just my opinion. You never invest monetarily in someone else's dream with no return.
And that's why I don't believe on I love a married what a mama's boy, the
Hmm.
Kim Kelly Matt scenario. I don't believe that. She'll be getting rent from me when that garage is kitted out.
Right.
No, I would not be paying for the remodel of her garage. No fucking
Exactly.
way.
Up in her property value.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, and when she dies, she give everything to Matt and
Right.
leave me out. Child. Uh-uh. But yeah, that hmm. Okay, but let's move it along.
Hmm.
Okay, so then we have the fiasco with the family vacation and in inviting her stranger. Then we see that Whitney goes to the gym to. Oh wait, no. Whitney has the whole meltdown with taking this test. She talks to Jessica right before taking the exam, says that she's nervous, and then she opens up the computer. She's all dramatical. She's wigging out, and then we see her walking into the gym and telling Jessica, um, I gave up and I didn't even take the test. And then when Will came over, she bold faced lied at first and said,
Right.
"Oh no, it wasn't this weekend. It's 2 weeks from now." She, I'm gonna keep that to myself. But did you see how easy that lie came out?
Yep. It's the first thing she thought of.
Hey, Ablavi, have you seen Scheming and Scamming Basketball Edition? We'll talk about that after we get through this mess. We'll drop the link and anybody can come up and talk about anything they want that happened this week. Um, okay, so she admits to that. I just couldn't care less. I was just amazed at how easy it was for her to lie, and it made me wonder about how easy it is she could lie to her family, her friends, and us, the viewing public.
Yeah.
Um, Buddy actually shows up at the
Hmm.
butt crack of dawn to take this girl to
Yep.
go and get her eggs harvested. Um, I know some people have fears of anesthesia,
Yep.
but let me tell you, I would have had to be out for that.
I agree.
I've had pieces of my cervix removed while awake. They inject the anesthesia into the numbing. They spray it and then they freeze it and then they inject and then they cut out. I still felt that bitch.
Oof.
I still felt that bitch. And then it's cramping afterwards. And they're going up into her ovaries and the follicles and the things. And then she got one that's at an awkward position. Like
Right. The
you
left.
set yourself up for people to feel sorry for you. But right about now, I'm just thinking that you're a dumbass. No one's going
Yeah,
up in my cooter without like real anesthesia.
right. Yeah. But here's my thing though. I mean, I'm trying to put this in a constructive way, the best way I can. But if you know you're gonna plan to do IVF and you have a fear of anesthesia, wouldn't you work to lose a little bit of weight to make the process easier on you, knowing what you have to go through? Because I'm sure you have to look up what you're going through, and the doctor has to tell you, like, hey, these are our suggestions.
That's why she didn't want to get anesthesia. I thought she just had fear.
No, well, I know there's fear, but I know a couple people who are like in Whitney's size range who have that
Mhm.
same fear. And it's more to do with they have like sleep apnea, things of that nature. So they have the fear of going under. She has a fear, but I really feel that if she had been healthier, she wouldn't have those fears. I really feel that way.
She's a drama queen.
That too.
She could be 5 pounds 5 ounces, and she would still behave like a royal jackass.
But I'm sorry, like you don't get to sit there and scream and holler when you chose not to have anesthesia. I'm sorry. Like if you were gonna have an anesthesia, you could at least ask them for like some Novocaine, just numb everything and handle that. But you made that choice,
I
and
don't know.
especially, I mean, and especially when you found out that your left ovary is in a difficult spot.
Hmm.
That would have prompted me to do the anesthesia only because I know you're gonna be poking and prodding trying to find it. So yeah, mm-mm.
And then I'm thinking, like, okay, so she said that she had just went and had a colonoscopy without anesthesia. Okay, I've not done the full colonoscopy test. I've only done the I've not done the procedure. I've done the tests, where you're not old enough for it yet. But those of y'all who are old enough for it, there's that new test where you get a paintbrush and you take some of your poop and you paint it on a test paper and you fold it up and you mail it in and they
I've seen
send you
that.
back the results. Right. So I've taken one of those. Yay. But I've taken my mom for the actual procedure several times. And she's knocked out. We have to sign off on those papers. She is knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to wait for her in recovery for her to come back up. And then she's loopy. But and her colonoscopies are difficult because she has extra tight corners,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sending the probe up more
Right.
difficult and it takes longer. So she
Yes.
has to be
That makes
out
sense.
longer.
That makes sense.
So, and she's not heavy like me, but she is of advanced age where it's also a concern. But
Yes.
I also don't want my mama to have like colon cancer
Mm-hmm.
neither. But now she's beyond the age of caring, so they don't do it anymore.
And then, but this also gives me an insight to why Whitney is doing the IVF and looking for a surrogate. She knows she can't handle childbirth
But
because
but I would think childbirth, okay. I think what you said last week was the real reason. They don't She, as well as the rest of her family and friends, don't think that she'll be committed enough to take care of a kid.
mm-hmm. Like I hear like some women talking about, yeah, like what, I don't believe in like pharmaceuticals and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna have my baby natural. I'm like, what? I applaud you for that because I'd be damned if you catch me having a baby with no drugs. I want the top of the line. I'm gonna need the whole menu. Like, what does your hospital offer in the way of drugs? If I were a woman having a child, I would need to see the full menu of what
It's
I could
a
get.
full menu. You
The
want
full
Dr. Tiffany Moon to come up in here and with a consultation.
Yeah, I sure do. What can I get
But
that's safest?
it's you could look through the whole menu,
The whole
but then
baby,
the baby might want out.
right? But I'm just gonna need them to let me know what can I get. All
Might not be
natural,
no
no
time.
man.
It might be past the time of getting any sort of anesthetic.
You gonna stay in there as long as I need you to. What can we do with this? You just shoot me. If we all have time, shoot me out with your best stuff, and we'll talk about it later.
It doesn't always work that way.
I would make it work. Sorry. What women
Says a
have to go
man.
through.
Says a man.
Yes, that's why I applaud women. I tell people all the time, if men had to give birth, we would be in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
We would be, baby. We probably have half the world's population if men had to give birth. I'm saying this
You
as a
think
man.
that much? Really?
Men, okay, let's be honest. Men, we don't. It's weird. Like we can get injured, like maybe like break some this and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. But let us get sick for more than a day. We mad. We get real pitiful.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, can you bring me the remote? It's right there. I'm too sick. And I'm saying this as a man. We do not do like bodily pain well for some reason. It's just weird.
Mm-mm-mm.
Break some. Oh, we'll be fine. It's okay. I ain't got to go to no doctor for it. Let's go. I'm sick. Let's go to CVS and get some knockoff brand medicine. I'm too tired. I'm sick. What? It's weird. I get it. I understand it. I that's why men. That's why the women bear the cheering.
Child. But yet you still want to control that uterus, don't
I
you?
don't.
Mm.
I don't. It's your uterus. I mean, handle that. Like you do what you gotta do is best for you. And I've always said this. Um, a man's body is a man's body. A woman's body is a woman's body. At the end of the day, if a woman wants to have children or not have children, that is her choice. Men, you need to have that discussion with a woman before y'all decide to get serious or whoever, because money and children are the two biggest sticking points in any relationship. If you're not on the same page about those two items, your relationship's not going to work. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
resent one's going to resent the other, or you're going to resent each other.
Mm-hmm.
And when a woman says, when you approach a woman like, "Hey, I want to have children," if she says, "I don't," that means you leave. I'm sorry. You need in that if you're dead set on having children, leave the relationship because you cannot make a woman have a child. That's her body. She got to carry that bad boy for 9 to 10 months. You don't have no rights to tell her what she needs to do. You need to go find you a woman who has the same family ideas that you do, and you keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
People want to run around here tell people what they can and can't do. I wish you would get up out of here.
Mm-mm-mm. The doctor is a little nervous. Um, I don't think he's going to go to the second ovary, the one that's in the funny position,
Right, the
based
left
on how she is
with the right.
reacting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the lady's there helping her, holding her hand, putting cold cloths on her head. And then she has the balls to say she didn't expect it to be this painful. Okay, but she's scared and she running out of time. Who fault that is? You thought about this how many years ago? Why you ain't do it then? Anywho, that was the end of the episode. It was crap.
It was. We learned
It was
nothing.
crap. Tracy, I give him a props. God bless you all. Yes, Tracy. Hey, Alex and Deanna. Okay, so let me drop this link. Oh, here we go. Where's my mouse? Okay. Child, this is taking long today. I think I need another cup of coffee.
Mm,
All right. So if anybody wants to come up and chit chat about what happened this week, you're more than welcome. Come and join the tomfoolery.
that's something I did miss while working at the office. Like pretty much every day at 11, we would go to Pete's right next door,
You
and get
do miss
coffee.
that coffee.
I
I think
do.
I tried Pete's when I was in San Fran years ago. It was
Coffee's social.
fine.
That's why. Like you go out with your office mates or your coworker mates or whoever you like going out with. You just go. You guys walk around,
Uh-huh.
talk. You go get your coffee. You talk. You walk back. You talk. Then you get back in the office and you work.
See, there's a difference with hospitality. It's more liquor based.
Well, see, like now, I'll put it this way: back in the day, like we're talking about like 10 years ago when I worked for my old company, we had a bar. So on my
Mm,
closeouts, 8 o'clock hit, we all at the bar with happy hour with
mm-mm.
sliders and sweet potato fries. What you talking about?
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Blavy. How are you?
Hello. I'm.
Hey.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Jamal.
hold on.
Oh, I think a train's coming. Okay. Um, Alex and
Okay,
Deanna.
sorry. There was a big
Uh-huh.
car.
A
But yeah,
car.
there was a
Okay.
big car. But yeah,
Hmm.
the scamming and scheming basketball edition is coming out. I hope they get it for basketball wives.
You know
I
Shawnee's
hope
not
they get
that
her in cuffs.
smart.
But she's not an executive producer anymore, so maybe we'll get a good show.
Oh yeah, I forgot she got demoted.
What do you mean
Oh.
demoted? She just had a title. She didn't have no power. She had one of those Mariah Huck deals. No shade.
Oh, I thought she did. Okay, never mind. Oops, there goes my thought process. All right, so
No.
production company, this would be a good time to start up filming and do a remote
Well, there are.
edition.
Well, I want to see somebody go in handcuffs because we missed that with Black Girl Jen.
Oh my God. So you're like me, you want to see somebody in handcuffs on one of these shows.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the SWAT team, kind of like how you see it in the movies with the Pookie and Ray Rays in the trap house getting popped. That's what I want to see.
So you want to see an episode of Cops on either
Yeah.
Basketball Wives or Housewives.
Well, they're all Sharp Entertainment, so Sharp can give us some entertainment.
Wait, Sharp Entertainment does Basketball Wives?
I'm certain they do. If they're not, I'm certain they do. I'm certain they have all these reality shows.
That's interesting because I thought Basketball Wives would be better if it was Sharp Entertainment. Oh.
Well, but that's not the only scamming and scheming we got. Did you hear about those 18 basketball players that was sitting here stealing the money from?
Yes, on medical and dental claims, was it?
Something like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And did you see that Monica, the singer, who ain't had a hit
Her
since the 90s, her
ex-husband.
another felon in it that she's with. Do we need to start looking at Monica
No,
now?
they're divorced. I swore they got divorced.
Okay, but that's the second one.
It's the second.
Because her
Oh
ex-boyfriend's
wait,
in jail for life.
is that Baby Bird? What's his name?
I don't
Uh,
know what his name is, but I know he's related to Master P.
it's Master P. I thought it was the guy that's with Tony Braxton. Birdman. Birdman. I
Who's
thought
with
it was
Tony?
his brother.
Oh well, it's they're interchangeable for me, so it could be.
Jamal, what do you have to say about the NBA thing? Were
I
those
just saw
retired
that
players?
they're retired and like it's. I was looking at the list and like y'all really weren't really like A-list players anyway, so I can't be too shocked at what you're doing at this point. And they came
Jamal,
from
they
a
didn't
good.
even steal a lot of money. They stole
For like
four
what like
point
four
five
million,
million 18 ways. What is that?
right?
Oh my God.
People having $14 million they made for their lifetime, and you stealing what is that? If it's 10, so let's say 20. What's that going to be like a 20, 30,000 each? How much money is that? It's not no millions each.
No, no. Give me 2 seconds. Divide. We'll say divide by 18. 250. Actually, it's 250 grand each.
That's it? Come on, you can't even buy nothing in LA for that. What are you doing?
That can't cover child support. Oof.
Skip child support. Where are you living?
Well, how many babies?
Well, you know they was spending all their money when they were in the league on their boys, so now they all broke.
That's a shame. And I heard that the NBA has a really good pension plan. It takes care of
Yeah,
its players.
but remember that's why OJ was in jail again because you can't get it till you 65.
OJ. He's NFL though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the pension plans are not for 40 washed up ball players that don't got no marketable skills. You still got to be 65 to get it.
Oh. Well, at least they got medical coverage. That's nice.
Not anymore. They about to well in the penitentiary they will. They about to get some great coverage.
Oh my God. And
And then
Tracy
let's
says
be real
that
messy.
isn't enough for a prison stay. And I agree with her. Mm-mm.
Let's be real. No, they're gonna go to prison because remember that's how they popped Martha Stewart. They popped her with that. Those financial crimes, you going to jail. You stole from rich people. As Madoff, you going to jail. Now when you flat teen, you can sit here and not go to jail. But NBA, no, no, no. Click, 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 boom.
Oopsies.
Now they won't get much time. They might get a
No.
little 24 months, 30 months.
That's a lot. Like,
In the grand scheme of it, like, I mean, people be getting 20 years. So 18 months you can do.
I couldn't. I would
But
die.
you,
And like
but, but
the
see,
guy from 90 Day who's getting 8 to 30. Oof.
mhm, he
Gosh,
deserves it.
he does. But like, wow, 8 to 30.
Yeah,
Ciao.
he
I can't
he's
wait to
gonna
see
be.
the tattoos.
Oh, speaking of 90 Day, they have a
Mm.
new show called The Single Lives. I never watched the first season, but guess who's
Mhm.
going out to get her a man? Miss
Debbie.
Debbie.
Colt's
She took
mom,
our
Debbie.
advice.
Well, somebody
She's sitting
needs
there.
to help her.
She said this is the first time in 40 years she's gone on a date. I guess Vanessa is pregnant. She got tired of Debbie and said, listen, you got to do something.
Do you think that they're all living in the same house still?
Of course they are. And see, this is the thing I can't get with them. Why they have the Jack and Jill? Like, why can't Debbie have her little mother-in-law suite downstairs? Why she got to be across the way?
Because she want to hear everything.
No, she's gonna be on. Big Ed's gonna be on. Somebody else that was interesting. Oh, Tanya and Sinjin. Apparently they broke up.
I saw
Yeah,
that too.
he was taking pictures with another girl. Gotta love
Is
it.
it just me or is him in the American food, thinking him up a bit? Like I was looking at Sinjin, I said, "Oh, you've been eating well. You ain't been
Mm-hmm.
working, so at least you're doing something."
Yeah. He's
And I
gotten a
heard,
little pickums.
Juliana, remember her from Brazil, the AKA model
Uh-huh.
who was really an escort allegedly. Her husband's
Divorced.
house went into bankruptcy, and I knew it
Yeah.
because when he was buying that big old house, I said, "This is a broke man. This is a broke man."
Mm-hmm.
So she done sat here and scammed and schemed for a Splendor daddy.
Oh, Tracy said that Debbie was on the first floor. She was?
Oh, okay, well that's better. Jamal, you real quiet. Okay, let's talk about Mpika. So Mpika is engaged to a billionaire. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you check him out, he owns the largest porn sites in the UK. He used to be a porn star, and he's like almost 80. And she's talking about she's having wild sex with him every night. I was gagging. It was like Crip
Wait a minute.
Reeker. It's like a
Wild
Halloween special. Wild. She said he's tearing her up. Ugh.
Ew.
at 80? Okay.
Listen, Viagra's doing things these days. But anyways, so the word on the street is
Wait a minute. Go back to
Ampika
Antica real
is
quick. No, you said Ampika was friends with the wife.
Yes.
Now, how old is the wife?
The wife is young too, but she's older than
Right,
Pika. This one,
right.
she's like 55, but Pika's a good 40. Well, not a good 40, like a aging 40.
Wait, she's 35.
No,
I
she
pulled
ain't.
up an article on her and it says that she's 35, but I'm looking at the
No, she
face.
ain't.
No, she's not no
That
35.
she's not because she was 35. Check the date.
The date of the article is from the Sun and it's from September 13th, 2021.
She
She
is
ain't no
not no
35 because
35.
Oh,
she
she
said she was 35 when
lying.
she was on the show.
Oh, well, she just stayed 35. My mother stayed 37 and a half for like 2 decades.
Well, anyways, let's talk about Mpika.
And
Word
Pika's
on the
40.
street, yeah. Word on the street is Mpika used to be God, like a topless girl. So that's what they have in the UK. It's very different. They call them glamour models, which
Oh,
basically are
yeah,
the
they're the
nude
page
girls that are in
three
the magazine.
girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
the page three girl of the Sun. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's why she was such good friends with the other one who was scandalous, and Dawn and her fell out. What was her name?
Are you talking about Lee Ann?
Leanne, the one that she's had still owes money to.
You talking about blonde Leanne, right? The one who's married to the
Yeah,
footballer.
she was an alleged low. I got that Dawn was saying she was a prostitute. That's what I got. Because if you said that you're stripping, that's not enough to cause commotion. I think she was saying she was a party favor for rich men, and she just hopped on a good D and did a full split and got some coin. That's what I got out of it. Did you get that?
Oh my God. I think Jamal's a little is frozen. But so
I'm
what
just
else?
like, it's just like
Oh,
amazing that they out here doing these things.
oh my
Because you,
God.
but then this is the catch with Dawn. She was talking all that mess, and she got a little thought pocket. I'm sorry. Warning: people who think that I shouldn't talk about grown kids, I am. The little thought pocket daughter she has, and sitting here sleeping with everybody in the league, just ridiculous.
So, oh, how old is the daughter?
23.
Oh, that's an adult.
But you know how people are. That's a child. That's her child. Don't talk about my child.
Well, then don't be a thought pocket.
She's a thought pocket. I couldn't believe it because Dawn is now a grandmother. Maybe she can stop lying and telling us that she want another baby with her dust. Well, I guess if Naomi Campbell convinced y'all she had a baby, Dawn can go and buy her a baby and convince y'all she had it too.
Oh my God.
I mean, if Janet Jackson is getting pregnant at 50 and we just supposed to pretend like that's an everyday occurrence, why not?
I can tell you as someone who is past 50, that is not an everyday occurrence unless
But
you've
that's how
given
people
given
be.
birth to dust bunnies.
No, what else happened this week? Some scandalous stuff happened. Oh, we have Deborah Messing. I stand with Deborah Messing in this because I do agree that while Kim is a very good party favor for dusty rappers, I really don't need to see her on a Saturday Night Live.
Wait, who? Lil Kim?
No, Kimberly K. She's going to be on SNL this weekend, and Deborah Messing said she shouldn't be on it because she's not a real celebrity. And I kind of agree. Like, she doesn't give us anything. She doesn't give us, she doesn't even give us looks.
Oh my God.
She don't
And
even give us looks. Damn.
She don't. Like, I mean, she got her booty taken out because her man then got a model, and they keep playing with us because again, I have not heard any divorce settlement. I think they just doing this for a storyline so people will bump that Hulu show. Because I think she's fine with her man allegedly, and you know what? I don't think he was sleeping with Jeffree Star. I think that was the baby allegedly. I think she was sleeping with James Charles allegedly.
Oh, what's his with James
who?
Charles?
I think that um what's his name? Jeffree Star was sleeping with the baby, and he got upset because Jeffree Star had more clout than him. Because remember, Jeffree Star don't got no sense, and he be sleeping with Trey and getting and telling them it's good peen. I think I think Kanye, because I don't believe that's a straight man, is sleeping with James Charles.
Who's James Charles again? He's a makeup
He's
The
person.
the little
makeup,
boy with the
beauty.
makeup.
Was he the one who had the Revlon contract and then got fired?
Cover girl.
Yeah, it was
Cover
CoverGirl.
girl. Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I believe, because these rappers, they straight on Monday and skittle all other days of the week. Nonetheless, you know how it is. What else happened?
Wow.
Oh, did y'all talk about? Okay, so speaking of, when I was in Paris, guess who I saw? I saw an irrelevant celebrity. That's why I didn't take no pictures. I saw Christina Milian. Now, why I bring her up is because Kanye West said she was the woman he was sleeping with when Kimberly was pregnant with Saint or Palm, whichever one of them.
He was doing what? He was sleeping with somebody else while his wife was pregnant?
Yeah,
Oh, good Lord. But wait, he
uh,
admitted that when he was going through one of his moods, or was he
no, he
okay?
admitted in a song, just embarrassing her. He put it on a record, so it's forever. I cannot wait until she got to explain this stuff to her, because he already said alleged. No, we can't say allegedly. He said that your mother wanted to send you to meet your maker, and I was for it, but then I was like, no. Like, why would he say that?
Right.
Oh
Because
my
that's when she
God.
should have been done.
Mhm.
Okay, so
She should
Tracy
have been done.
says that Messing is jealous. She don't have Kardashian Jenner money. SNL knows their audience.
But let's drag them a bit. If they really had money, when you have money, I don't see any other billionaire subscribing to Sheen, um, Fashion Nova, selling us, fashion rags, cheap swimwear. Like, if you're really that rich, can we sell some Gucci? Can we sell some Prada? You know, like their show even wasn't even getting the ratings to be on. Yes, Deborah Messing is a hater. She's always been. And she's mad because Will and Grace got cancer and she hasn't had a good check for a while because her royalties is not like Friends. But let's
Oh,
read both.
well, I don't know. Am I gonna watch the show this weekend? Probably not. Did I watch it
I mean,
last
but it's
weekend? No.
no, but it's not relevant anymore. Like the comedians are boring.
Well, I have to see. They only started last week. I have to see who the cast is this week because it all depends on how well they gel together and if they've got a good writing team on. Do I think
Listen,
that Kim Kardashian is the best host for this? No, but
I think the
that's their
problem is the word
host.
host. Like, not
Mhm.
host. Maybe if it was being a hanger or to take a picture, maybe. But host means personality, and she just doesn't give us personality.
Yeah, like I hate to say this, but remember when she went on stage with at that Prince concert and he told her to go and sit her ass down if she wasn't going to dance? That's how I feel she will be on this episode. So
But
good
I'm
luck to
happy
her.
for her. Yeah, I'm happy that she's trying something new, because we don't need her to try and sing again. So hopefully we're done with the singing.
Well, she has to pivot because didn't she fail the baby law exam?
Yeah,
What is
she
it? The
failed it.
baby SAT or something?
But see, this is why I can't tolerate her, right? Why was it so hard for her to go to college and get her degree and then go to law school? Like, why couldn't
Like
you just
everybody
do it?
else.
Like, you're like, but I'm not against people doing it that way, but you should at least be, working for a law firm or know law if you're going to do it that way. You don't go, oh my God, guys, like, I want to be
Mhm.
a social justice warrior and, like, guys, help people get out of prison. Because it's like a Tuesday, and that's what I want to do. Like, no.
Tracy says they're not stupid. Who made them billionaires? People spend their rent and grocery money to buy their crap. That's so true. I don't got not
And,
one Kardashian piece of crap in my
Nope.
house.
oh,
Not
that's a lie.
one.
Because I got some Kanye music. And he is a Kardashian.
I don't even got that. That's my nephew. He could go and waste all his money on that crap.
Listen, I'm not shaming their hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Kohl's is a $1 billion company. Walmart is one of the richest companies in the world. But all I'm saying is don't be fabulous when you great value. That's all.
Well, here's the thing. Are they really that rich? Because now I'm just suspect after what happened with the youngest one. What's the youngest one named? Kylie?
Yeah.
And what they did with Cody Cosmetics when they bought her lip smacker company. Like, that's... I'm surprised that,
Well,
that didn't get further investigation.
here's the thing with them. They're not as rich as they say because they overinflate how well their businesses are doing. Because if you look now, her first of all, you when you have 10 employees, or what is it, 20, that's not for the business she said she was running. That didn't make sense. I don't know what they're doing. All I hope is their finances are in order, because I would hate to see Penitentiary Kardashian edition.
Oh, Jesus. But I bet you would watch.
Oh, I would watch, honey. That would be the only thing I would watch. But I'm saying, like, they're not as rich as they say they are, and we know that because of how much they lie. But they're richer than anybody who's on this chat.
That's true. That's true. And I think that they've plunked a lot of their money into real estate because that at least holds their value, which I can agree with. Put your
But
money
that's
into
the
real
thing. They
estate.
don't have enough real estate. See, they have spending habits that are a little bit bizarre to me, right? Because they don't own real estate. Like, the only one who really owns real estate in that family is Kanye.
Is who?
Kanye. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
because Kylie has the houses, right? But she sold most of them, and then the other houses, she keeps buying houses in the same area, and I'm like,
yes, they don't diversify. So like if one
yeah,
brush fire comes, all of the inventory is gone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas as what's his face, Kanye's kind of smart because he's got Wyoming, he's got LA, God knows where else he's
He
bought.
has New York, he has Paris. Like, buy other places, not just Calabasas. Because what happens if your market punch?
I
Because
don't know.
I don't think anybody owns property outside of California but Kanye.
True, because and the amount of times that they go to that place in Mexico and always staying at somebody else's house, one would figure that they would buy something there. But wait, you can't really buy in Mexico.
I mean, they
Anyway,
have enough money to pay off. The only place I think outside of Calabasas, it's Chris and the Palm Spring house she bought
but ain't that her
that
mama
they all
house?
use. No, her mother's house is in San Diego.
San Diego. Okay.
No, they don't diversify enough, and that's crazy to me. Like, if you're gonna buy property, or at least buy it in different parts of California, like buy a vineyard in Napa Valley. What?
I don't know. They're strange, but like you said, they're rich. I'm not. It works for
But we
them.
still, exactly, but they want us to talk about them. They enjoy this, so a little shade and won't hurt them. Now let's
Yeah.
talk about some other news. Let's talk about acting a fool. Wait, what did Monique say? It's no, she said, when you act like a clown, sometimes the clown catches you back. Whatever she said. Ray J is in the hospital with pneumonia. Nobody visited him, and he done told Princess he wants a divorce again. This is too much.
I heard bits and pieces of this. I heard that he had the pneumonia, and that he is getting better, and that he was down in Miami when it happened. Um, I wouldn't go into a Miami hospital to visit anybody because they put him in the COVID ward,
Oof.
Well,
even though it
I
was
mean, but
non-COVID related.
Princess is stupid for marrying him after he pushed her in the water. She is so
Agreed.
That
stupid.
too.
Mm-hmm. So
Could you
she gets what she
imagine
gets.
who else been acting a fool lately?
I don't know, but I'm excited about if Adele brings out another album. I hope it's 30.
Really? I'm not.
I am. I like her.
You know, I like Adele, but like I'm over the sad songs. I need her to sing something happy. I need a 1-2 pep step. I need one of those
They
happy
do
Bruno
the
Mars
club
songs.
remixes. They do the club remixes. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
excited for it because like she could sing. So
Well, we'll
I
see
get
because I
excited.
haven't heard her. I haven't heard her since the weight loss. So we'll see.
That's true. Well, wait, she was on
Because I
SNL
feel,
last year, right? Last
yeah.
season? And she sang a
No, but
little
she was
bit.
on
She
it when
still
she was
got the
heavy.
pipes.
She sang
No,
when she was,
no.
she hasn't sang since she's skinny. And this is the thing, and no shade, no tea. I love Clary
Mhm.
Clarkson when she's heavier because she sounds better.
Mm.
I think her voice sounds so much better, and I love it. But I realize that I don't police her body. So if she wants to lose it, lose it. Who
That's true.
else? Who else is
Hmm.
on it? Who else has been acting a fool? Has anybody been acting a fool lately?
I think this was a light week, though, for foolishness.
It was,
It's,
which is odd because it's always foolishness.
but the thing is, most
Oh,
of the foolishness happened between yesterday and today.
true. I mean, I'm wondering when the Real Housewives are going to get up with our prison edition because I'm really feeling that show.
Which one? Which prison edition?
I
Are
want to
you
see Beverly Hills
you
because we
want them
got
to have a whole
Mohammed.
section of the federal penitentiary just for prisoner
Exactly.
housewives?
And
My
then we can have
God.
Aunt Jessie on it too.
What about the house husbands that go to jail? Will they be in an
Oh,
adjacent? Like
you
when
know, I heard though,
let's see.
we have to
The
talk
new house
about,
husband who could be going to jail from OC. Then you have Apollo. Then you have Teresa's husband, Juicy Joe. How many husbands gone to jail so far?
I think that's it. Not just Juicy Joe. Have you heard about Joe Judice? No,
Mm-hmm.
Gorga. And
Mm-hmm.
how they say that him and his wife are running the same schemes Teresa and her husband did, allegedly.
I I heard that, and that all of a sudden, like all their houses went up for sale. But then Melissa said that they flip houses, that's their business, and they're not in financial trouble and stuff like that. Like she came out with a lot of excuses for what's going on.
We know that they in financial trouble because he keeps on changing his employment like Judice did before he went to jail. And we haven't seen Gorga go to work in 4 seasons.
The last time I saw him go to work was with the garbage company, the garbage recycling company. Remember, he had the truck?
We saw that for one episode.
Right. But that was the last time I saw him actually like at
Oh,
work.
thank you, Tracy.
Then, yeah, I
They
put
say
that
that
up.
Nikki,
Uh-huh.
listen, that's going to be scary. That's going to be so good. It's unfortunate that Potomac doesn't have a good season.
But they're only bringing on Nikki at the end. Did you see the wording of what Andy Cohen wrote? It seems like she's
No.
coming out at the end. Yep. She's not going to be there the whole episode. or
Well,
the
that's
whole
okay.
reunion. Hmm.
Well, it's good that they're bringing her out because we need some reason to watch it. I can't. Is it just me, or am I the only one that finds Potomac really boring?
It's not boring. Well, what do you want that would make it juicy?
I don't think they can do anything. I think that the Katie and the Robin and Giselle thing bothered me so bad that first season I couldn't get into that show.
Mm. I would love for Katie to come back, but I don't think
Yes,
she's in the right space to come back because Katie is the only one who could cut each and every one of them women down at their knees. But she's got a lot going on.
she
And
does.
I thought it was a mistake when they brought her back when they went on the girls trip to the Cayman Islands and she
Hmm.
kind of disappeared. She wasn't in a good space then, and they should have never
No.
brought her back.
Well, what
But
I
I
want
love
them to
her.
do, you know what it is? I want the Golden Twins to go. I think they need a Nini for that season. They need somebody who is center because the Grand
Mhm,
Dame is not doing it
mhm,
for me.
mhm.
Wait a minute, what's wrong with the Grand Dame? Is she just not big enough personality for you?
She's broke.
But like, who's really rich on that show anyway? Though,
I
sorry to
know
say it
that's
that
the
way.
problem.
Yeah, Monique was the only rich one. The rest of them,
Was
nope.
she?
Yeah.
Was
Cause you
At
know her,
she?
least at least
you
her
know her
husband
name,
had a portfolio with multiple homes.
and you know her name is
This
on
is,
every single one of them too.
but
Mhm.
this is the thing about Monique, right? The way you done put yourself, it's not that Monique wasn't rich. It's the way that she put herself in such a bind with that husband. It just wasn't fun to see.
She put herself in a bind with the husband? What with what?
Yeah, with the fact that he gave up his mother for her. That is going to be, if they ever divorce, that is going to be a problem.
Okay. So Tracy says that why is this not coming up? Okay, here it. Come on, you. Okay, so Gorga works. He just don't do it on the show. Well, I guess he
Yeah,
does the
Can you,
house flipping,
he does. He's a
and
contractor, if I
and
recall correctly.
he started up doing those flipping investment talking shows. You know where you pay $50 and you go to the seminar and they motivate you to start flipping houses. Remember that was
listen,
part of his thing
this is
last
this
year.
is always a telltale sign somebody's broke. Cough, cough. When they
Oh.
keep buying and selling houses, that that is a telltale sign you going broke on these
Are you talking
shows.
about? Are you so excited to read and PK?
Maybe
Right,
I'm
but
just
he's a
asking.
contractor though, because at least he can like actually renovate the homes and flip them. It
you're
kind of
right,
makes
but you don't
sense
do
for
that with
him.
but you don't sell all your houses. Maybe you sell one, but all,
Well, if they all
like
came
when you're
ready at the same
contract,
time,
but they're the houses he lived in. It's not like it's an investment property. He lives in that
mhm,
house on the shore. He lived on that house on the show. They can't sell that house on the show.
I
Mm.
think that they did the house, renovated it, and then put it on the show because it is a marketing tool. Because then when you're selling it, you up the value of it and say as seen on a worldwide program like the Housewives.
Well, again, they live in Jersey, which is very densely populated. The
Mhm.
taxes on that house are going to be enormous. They're gonna have a hard time selling it because Sarisa couldn't sell that house she has for $5 million.
Oh, she still hasn't sold her house?
No,
Oh, Michelle, the realtor, I guess she didn't become a housewife.
it's not that. It's that it's very hard to sell unless it's in the right area. Jersey is location, location, location because their
Mm-hmm.
property taxes are through the roof. Their property taxes is
Mm-hmm.
high.
I think they're actually double taxed now because of
Yeah,
the tax cut from 2017 caused them to get double taxed or something like that.
yeah. So
Ah,
it's not like it's like so if you buying, what is it? Because if you buying a $5 million house, expect like 500,000 in taxes.
oh, every year? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's high those taxes. People in Jersey complain about their tax rate. Their taxes is high.
Wow.
Some people tell me that their tax rate is higher than their mortgage sometimes, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
I would be renting. I would be
That's why,
renting.
but
I
that's
couldn't
why
do that.
it's so hard to sell their houses because they have
It's so,
$1 million houses in a very
right.
very high tax state. Now it's not
Hmm.
impossible, but I don't think Franklin Lakes. I don't think they live in Franklin Lakes. I think they live like right outside of it, and that could be the issue.
The last time I heard anybody was living in Franklin Lakes was when the redheaded housewife was on. The
Caroline.
Caroline.
Okay,
Yeah. I don't think
so
anybody lives in
Caroline, yeah,
Franklin Lakes anymore.
so Caroline can find somebody because that's a nice area, but everybody else, no, because Teresa lives way out.
Real? So
So
she lives way. She live. Oh, so she. Wait a minute. Doesn't she live in Patterson?
no, Patterson is where she's from. Patterson is the
Okay.
hood.
Gotcha. Okay.
Patterson is the hood. Patterson is like it used to be a very Italian neighborhood. It's very working class, and it's the hood. That's why
No,
she
no,
tells people
no.
I'm from Patterson.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes she flexing. She flexing. I got you. I see you.
But yeah, that's why they're having a hard time selling their houses because, like, for instance, excuse me, Ramona and none of the people in New York actually live or own in New York.
Oh Lord. Tracy says it's only worth the land. Can you say tear down? Oops.
Yeah,
Oh, hold up. Oh no. So all the value's actually in the plot itself, not the
Yeah.
actual house.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
yeah. But
Oof.
we shall see. Because New York, nobody lives in, nobody owns in New York. Everybody's renting their $5,000 to $10,000 apartment, and if you making 500,000, your Bravo check got that. So again, this is not wealthy woman.
Right.
I need if you're
No, I
gonna
got you.
rent, it needs to be 50 to 100,000. If we're gonna rent, I
Oof.
need to see chandeliers. I need to see townhouses with pools on the bottom. I need to see an elevator in the townhouse because nobody should not be living in a townhouse.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know who I always wondered about with money, and I'm surprised they never went to jail? Alex and her husband, because they were broke. They were
Yeah, they
flexing
were
and flaunting
broke,
like they.
But her family comes from money though.
but
Keyword.
they weren't
Her family.
contributing. They weren't
Right.
contributing to that Brooklyn walk up that she was trying to renovate.
Well, I didn't, but I just felt like they were doing. Well, now they live in what is it?
Australia, New
Don't they live in
Zealand.
Australia? They live in
Australia.
Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she went back, but even Bethany, like no shade, no tea. She just got really lucky with Skinny Girl, because had she not, she kind of was like a step below low key prostitute. I'm not saying she was, but she definitely did the I date rich men for money, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's true. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Because Bethany, that first apartment she was in, I knew right away she was struggling.
Yep, with that little
Yeah.
cafe table that she used to
Yep.
have dinner at with that dude. Oh my God.
But she never hid that fact though. That's what I liked about her. She like,
Mm-hmm.
look, I'm broke. She was hustling for
No,
frozen cookies.
she was definitely flexing because Bethany, I mean, this is how good my eye is. I could tell she was thrift shopping because she wanted to compete with the woman, and you could tell like because I live in New York, that struggle she had was a real struggle. It's not that you're broke, it's just that you're living around people who have more.
Right. But like I said,
Whereas,
she never hid that. She never hid that fact though. Like she never like proclaimed to be loaded. She said, "Look, I'm broke. I'm selling my frozen cookies in the aisle. Y'all see what it is." But was she gonna stretch that dollar to its ultimate max? Yes. I was
and it
never
worked
mad at
out
her.
great for her.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get mad at it
And
because she
then
was.
another one, like Jill. Jill was one of those women who, in New York, Jill would not be considered rich. She's not in that class. And that was her big problem.
Oh, is that why she surrounded herself with even more rich people?
Yeah, because she's not, how to say it, she's not that upper class, that darling. We've been rich for hundreds of years. We built this, we built that. Like, if we could get an Anderson Cooper on that show, it would be amazing because that's real
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yep. See, the problem with Jill was that her hands were dirty, still working in the trade. They were still
Yeah,
working in the store, her and her husband. So the people who are rich, rich, as Ablavi said, will look down on them, saying, "Well, you're still working. You know,
Right.
your
well, it's not
your
just
money isn't."
working.
But it's a
She
trades
okay, so
job. It was trade.
they have
They sold fabric. Like nobody's
yeah,
going to that's not financier. You know what I mean? It's a good job for me and
Very
you,
good.
and it
Very
makes
good
really
job.
yeah.
good money. But people who are up there who have like old money, they looking down on that. You're a tradesman.
The only job for trade I think you can do, and they won't look at you as further down, is if she had owned a jewelry shop, kind of how like Jennifer's people are. But they
Mm-hmm.
still look down at you, but just not as much because they
Yeah.
don't have very wealthy people on these shows. Is what I've noticed.
No, they don't.
Well, guys, it was great talking to you. I have to go. We will catch up later. Be sure to like and to share, to subscribe to Jamal and Debbie. Looking forward to it. Are you gonna do Plainsville again? Because I see they're back on. I'm not watching.
I didn't want to watch that. I didn't even want to watch Whitney, but Jamal made me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Whitney. Well,
All right.
Whitney's like Whitney. We just. I just held out hope. Sorry.
Well, guys, don't
All
forget
right,
to watch your
guys.
Blobby M. When's your next
Yes.
show?
Sometime this weekend.
Okay, well, look out
Okay.
for her. Hit the notification bell so that you can see whenever she goes live. Thanks,
Bye.
Ablavi, for calling in. Jamal,
Yes.
you
It's
still
fun.
there?
Yeah, I've been here. I've been contributing. It's just I was trying to take care of a couple things with
I know,
some
I know,
coworkers. You know how they do.
I
Try
know.
try to
You
sneak
gotta
away.
focus on your work again. Well, guys, stay tuned with us next week. What's happening next week? Oh, the reunion for Beverly Hills starts, and then la- next Sunday should be the last show for.
When's the
Wait,
last show?
no, we've got three more episodes of Potomac, right?
At least it can't be over that fast.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, we've got one, two, three. Wait, hold on. One, two, three. We've got four more episodes of Potomac before it's over.
Wow, this
Yeah.
one might kind of quick.
October 31st is their finale with the reunion starting on November 7th.
Wow, short season.
Well, is it really though?
It just seems like it. You know what I mean? Because like when you compare it to Beverly Hills, which is 20 episodes plus four reunions, it seems short in comparison, basically.
Look,
You
because
know what I mean?
we just saw episode 13. So if they have four more shows, that's 17 shows. That's not
It just
bad.
no.
It's just, you know what it is? It they were interesting, so it went by
Okay,
quickly.
that makes sense. Okay, it went real quick.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, Beverly Hills is only 20.
True.
So 17 isn't that far off.
17
So that's
17 isn't that
good.
far off.
And Chantal should be starting soon. I think that's going to replace Mama's Boy, right?
Yes,
Okay. Ciao. We just need to get Whitney over with, and then we'll be good.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we'll see you here on Monday with our Housewives Roundup with Salt Lake City and Potomac. Thank you, Tracy. You were a rock star today in the live chat. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Hey, shout out to the replay crew. Aw. And yes, Anderson Cooper does have his own money in his own right, but he does have an inheritance from his father, and just most recently, the Vanderbilt money that he inherited from his mother. So he is now rich, rich. He's always been old money, so good for him. Jamal, any final words?
No, we're good. This has been another great week. Like I said, we're working on the second channel so we can do more like stories like these people run around these streets. People charging $15 so they can show their baby's pictures. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that one.
Oh my God. Okay, so guys, so Jamal, until next time.
Sorry. Of course. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.